Hey guys, back with another video. It is Thursday, and this is when I do my Ask X advice column. So today I'm going to be talking about creating your own style and what's it like being at an HBCU. So let's get started. First, I'm going to do the creating your own style. So, to create your own style, you have to not care, first, not care what anybody thinks about you, is going to say about you, what feelings they're going to have towards you. And I'm speaking, of course, from personal experience. How many people do you know walking around with green edges and blue tips? So yeah, I had to learn not to care what people thought about me or how people felt about me doing certain things, dressing a certain way, having a certain type of hair color, cutting my hair off in the first place, and going natural. So, to create your own style, first you have to not care what anybody thinks about you. Second, you just have to find your inner self, find who you are, find who you want to be in life, or who you want people to see you as. I know that's kind of like a juxtaposition of me saying don't care what people think about you, but what you want people to say about you, but those are two different things. Not caring about what people thinks, like I don't care if people talk about me because of the color of my hair or what I wear or how I talk or how I dress. But I want people to see me as outgoing, a free spirit, confident, and to see me not caring about what they say or what they think about me. So to create your own style, you, yes, first have to not care what people think. Second, how you want to present yourself. And to do that, you first have to find yourself. And I know it's hard trying to find yourself um, in high school and even in college because you're changing, you're transitioning, you're meeting new people, you're in a new environment. But you still have to focus on who you are, who you want to be, who you say you are. For me, my own style is optimistic, it's outgoing, it's out there, out of the blue, out of the box. Like I don't care what people think about me. I don't care what people have to say about me. I don't care at all. Um Personally, when I first was finding myself or when I first started being comfortable with who I am, it started back 10th grade year, the summer before 10th grade when I first cut off my hair and I looked like a little boy. Yeah, I know. It was some people told me I was cute. No, I thought I looked like a little boy with my hair cut that low because it was in the awkward stage. Couldn't do anything to it. I was just there. And then it started growing out. I started feeling a little better. Then I went purple. Um, my 10th, the second half of my 10th grade year had purple hair, but I was on the dance team and had a job, and it was like, nope, can't do that. So I was like, okay, that's fine. So I still wanted to like present myself in a certain way or have like this certain look about me. So I went back black, but I also dyed my hair pink in the back. I was like, they can't say anything about it being pink in the back because how many people gonna see it if my hair hangs low like this? And I'll insert some pictures at the end or after this segment. Um, then I just went all out there. Um, I went pinkish, reddish, hot pink. Yeah, and I had that for about, I don't know, 6 months, 4 months. And I was really being a rebel because I was in ROTC and it was just all bad because you know ROTC you have to look a certain way, dress a certain way, make sure your uniform is intact. And with pink hair, my uniform was not intact. I was the different one. You could spot me out from a mile away. And yeah, that probably wasn't the best decision to make, but I didn't care. I did it anyway. And so I finally listened and changed my hair, but instead of going back black, because I just feel like black is basic on me, I went blonde. Now, I also had to cut my hair when I went blonde because I had damage. I wasn't feeling the short look again because it was in that awkward stage when you really couldn't do anything to it. And then it started growing out. Oh, and this pink was the end of or the beginning of my 12th grade year. The pink in the back was like junior year, the second half, towards the end of junior year, second half. And then the blonde was the rest of my senior year. And it started growing out, so I started having blonde tips. And I was like, man, gotta make a change. So this year, January, the very end of December, I went blue. Like you see now, it's at a beautiful stage in life. It's grown a lot, and I'm so happy about that. And I know I just gave you this whole timeline of my hair, but it's because I'm telling you not to care what people think. Be who you are. Take chances. Try something new out like I did. I mean, I didn't know how I was going to look with this hair. I didn't know if I was going to look like a troll. I didn't know if I was going to look like a smurf. But I did it anyway, and I like it. People compliment me. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I made the right decision. It makes me feel like I'm actually who I say I want to be, and I'm excited about that. I'm happy about that. I'm happy with the young lady, the young woman I am becoming because I am doing things for me and not caring what other people have to say about me. And that's what you have to do. You have to not care what other people say about you. You have to be happy in your own skin. You have to be happy with who you are. And I know it sounds like I'm rambling and I'm going on and I'm saying the same things, but to create your own style, to create your own look, to be who you want to be, you have to take those risks. You have to take those chances. You have to do something out of the ordinary. You have to do something out of the box. You have to do something because you want to do it, not because your parents say you have to do it, not because your best friends say you have to do it, not because your boyfriend or girlfriend told you you had to do it, but do it because you want to do it. Do it because that's who you want to be. Do it because you want to make a name for yourself and not be who other people tell you to be. I can't tell you how to create your own style. I can't tell you who to be, but I can tell you do it for yourself. If you feel good if you feel good with your hair cut all off, cut your hair off. If you feel good with long weave down your back, get long weave. If you feel good natural, be natural, but be who you want to be because you feel pretty, because you like who you are. And I think that's all I really have to say about that. Of creating your own style, being who you want to be, not care, find your own aesthetic. So, number one, be who you want to be and not care what other people have to think. Second, do it because you want to do it and because that's who you want people to see you as. And third, find yourself, take risks, be out of the ordinary, out of the box. And that's all I have for creating your own style. So the second half of my Ask X advice column segment on YouTube is life at an HBCU. I, Excellence Martrice Hines, attend the illustrious Clark Atlanta University and the Atlanta University Center along with Morehouse, Morris Brown, and Spelman College. Now that was a real extra introduction into my life at an HBCU. But that's how you sound when you come here. When you attend the HBCU, you say stuff like that, like the illustrious. And if you're a part of the AUC, you say the Atlanta University Center. But life at a HBCU opens your eyes. And I know you hear people say that who've been to HBCUs or who know people who've been to HBCUs, but it really does. Because your professors, unlike in high school, don't teach you the surface of life or whatever you're reading. You actually learned about who you are or about the people at the school you attend, like all black people or African Americans or however you define yourself. In my humanities class, I've learned so much in the course of It's been 5 weeks actually, and we've been talking about being oppressed and how to make a change and stuff like that. And in my English class, black I only read works from black authors. In my what other classes I take? Well, I take biology. Oh, with biology, you get opportunities to continue your education at schools made specifically for black people. You get to walk around and see people who look like you, people who act like you, who talk like you, who may even sometimes dress like you. And specifically at Clark Atlanta University, CAU, I was a little intimidated. I was intimidated when I came to new student orientation because I was like, oh, it's a whole lot of pretty girls and bougie looking girls that go here. I don't know how I'm gonna fit in because I'm not Instagram model. I don't dress bougie, even though some people say I act bougie. I don't see it. But yeah, and I just don't see myself as that way. I'm real chill. I'm a girly girl. Like, I have my own style. But as far as heels every day, skirts every day, I mean, I'm not knocking them. If you can wear heels and skirts and dresses every day to class, do you, boo. You be cute too, and I'm going to let you be that way. But yeah, I was a little intimidated, and I was like, am I going to fit in? Am I going to find friends? How is this going to work for me? But honestly, you do, even if everybody seems like they're opposite from you, you do find that one person who is like you. You find that one person who you can communicate with, who you can relate to. And that's kind of what life at a HBCU is like. I can't speak on experience from a PWI because I've never been. I have friends that have been. I know some people that have said, I wonder what it would be like if I went to an HBCU since I'm in this PWI life. Like, at PWIs is a large section of the majority, which is white people, and then you have that small section made for black people or the minorities who have to make clubs for themselves and present themselves and show themselves approved for being at a PWI. And I'm not going to knock you being at a PWI. If you're a black person going to school, props to you. Do you. I'm glad you are continuing your education. But as far as being at an HBCU is made for you. It's made for black people. It's made for who you are, what your background is. Even if you don't know your background, you can learn about it. You can see what it's like for people like you or the same color as you or colored people in general. I know that was that kind of, I don't know what kind of term that was, but anyways, yeah, an HBCU is made for you. It makes you forget about the outside world and what's going on because they teach you that you can make a difference, that we produce people who go out in the world and do great things such as being doctors and lawyers and politicians. That's what being at an HBCU does for you. And I know it seems cliche all of that I'm saying, but I'm serious. And for my high school students who aren't quite sure of what kind of institution they want to go to, whether it's a PWI or or an HBCU, whether they should go to this Ivy League school or this not so Ivy League school, do what you think is best for you. If you want to be around people who are like you, who have the same interests as you, a school that is made for you, go to a HBCU. But if you want to experience more diverse cultures and people and be with people who don't look so much like you, then go to that PWI. Get your education. That's number one. Number one is getting your education, no matter where it's at, whether it's a PWI, whether it's community college, whether it's staying at home or moving 3,000 miles away. Get your education. Better yourself. Learn a trade. Do something. Don't be that person that stays at home and works at FedEx for the rest of their life just because they think they're not going to make it. I know college is not for everyone. I know college is expensive. I know people say it's a waste of your time and your money. But only you will know that if you go to one, or if you take your, or if you move on to that stage in your life. And I know this is supposed to be life at HBCU, but it just made me think that go to school, better yourself. I don't care what other people have to say. Do things for yourself. Just like on my creating your own style, do things for yourself. Go to school for yourself. And if you don't think school is for you, then learn a trade and get into that trade and do what you think is best for you. Because I promise, this white man's world is not made for us colored people, or us African Americans, or us black people in general. So we have to learn to better ourselves and move on to that next stage in life, to become better, to become somebody in this white man's world. Like, they're trying to gentrify us, they're trying to make us like them. They don't want us to be who we are. They want us to follow them and be like them just to make it in the world. But if you, I don't know, but if you learn to be yourself, or learn to do things for yourself, then you can make it. You can be that person you want to be. You can make it in this man's world. You can do what you want to do. And I don't know. I don't think I have anything else to say on the subject. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, just put it in my comment section below, or you can ask me on Twitter. I'll put that in my description box. You can ask me on Snapchat, which will also be in my description box. I thank you guys for watching and tuning in on Ask X, my advice column. Peace out, guys.